The poison capsule was already dissolving under Marcus Webb's tongue when the lights turned on. Not alarms. Not guards rushing in. Just soft amber light filling the royal chamber. Marcus froze. Across the room, sitting calmly on a bed woven from glowing threads of alien silk, was the ruler of the Veil Dominion. Empress Sor Kat Hani. She looked directly at him. Her violet eyes were calm. Curious. Almost amused. Human, she said quietly. You have 40 seconds before the poison reaches your bloodstream. Marcus didn't move. His training screamed inside his mind. Mission first. Always complete the mission. But something about her voice stopped him. 30 seconds, Sor continued calmly. She stood from the bed. Her silver-blue skin shimmered softly under the palace lights like moonlight on water. I watched you for 3 hours, she said. Your infiltration was impressive, but you triggered my personal sensors the moment you entered the palace grounds. Marcus felt the capsule burning in his mouth. 20 seconds. She stepped closer. Close enough that he could see small breathing slits along her neck open and close gently. Commander Marcus Webb, she said softly. United Earth Strike Forces. Marcus's heart skipped. How? Veteran of the Proxima campaign. Her voice remained calm. Last surviving member of Strike Squad Echo after the disaster at Helion 4. Marcus's fists clenched. 10 seconds, she said. You've been trying to die for 2 years, Commander. Her voice softened slightly. I would rather you did not do it in my bedroom. Marcus spat the capsule out. The half-dissolved poison hit the marble floor with a wet sound. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then the Empress smiled. Good, she said. Now, are you hungry? Marcus blinked. What? I find assassination attempts always make me hungry, Sor replied. Come. Let us have dinner. The dining hall was massive. A table built for 50 guests stood almost completely empty. Only 2 people sat there. A human assassin. And the most powerful alien ruler in the galaxy. Marcus stared at the strange glowing fruit on his plate. He didn't touch it. Sor ate calmly. You are wondering why you are still alive, she said. That is one of many questions, Marcus replied. She nodded. You were sent here to assassinate me before the peace talks. Marcus stayed silent. But that is not why you volunteered, she continued. Her violet eyes studied him carefully. You volunteered because you wanted to die. Marcus felt anger rising. You think you understand humans? I study humans, she replied calmly. You form bonds quickly. Her voice softened. And when those bonds break, you keep walking even while shattered. Marcus looked down at the glowing fruit. Images flashed in his mind. His squad. His friends. The explosion at Helion 4. The silence afterward. Sor watched him quietly. Then she said something unexpected. Stay here for 1 week. Marcus looked up. What? Have dinner with me each night. She folded her hands calmly. No politics. No interrogation. Just conversation. Marcus stared at her. You're insane. Probably, she admitted. But I have ruled for 300 years. Her voice became quieter. Do you know how many honest conversations I've had during that time? Marcus said nothing. 4, she said. 2 of them were with my mother before she died. Silence filled the hall. Finally, Marcus picked up the strange alien fork. Marcus, he said. If we're doing this, call me Marcus. Her smile widened. Then you must call me Sor. By the 3rd night, something strange had happened. Marcus had stopped planning escape routes. He hadn't noticed until Sor pointed it out. You are watching me instead of the guards, she said with a small smile. Professional observation, Marcus replied. She laughed softly. You humans lie very badly. Marcus shrugged. You laugh like someone who forgot how, he said. That made her pause. The mask of the calm Empress cracked slightly. I have watched generations of advisors grow old and die, she said quietly. My species lives nearly 1,000 years. She looked down at her hands. I'm only 400 years old. Marcus blinked. And you already look tired. Soa gave a small sad smile. Power is lonely, Marcus. They stood together later at the palace window. Below them stretched the glowing alien capital. Thousands of lights filled the night. For 3 nights, Soa said softly, I have felt less alone. Marcus didn't answer. But he felt the same. Then the explosion came. The garden trembled. Shockwaves shook the palace walls. Marcus instantly grabbed Soa and pulled her down. Attack, she said calmly. Another explosion. Closer this time. Gunfire echoed in the distance. Marcus scanned the area. Someone wants you dead. Soa nodded. Very badly. Her communicator flickered. Dead. EMP, Marcus muttered. Palace communications were gone. Where is your panic room? He asked. Beneath the throne room. Marcus looked toward the burning wing of the palace. That's across the building. Fu looked at him carefully. Why are you helping me? Marcus met her eyes. Because 4 days ago I wanted to die. His voice hardened. And you gave me a reason not to. Now move. They ran. The palace was chaos. Servants fleeing. Guards rushing toward explosions. Then Marcus spotted something. 4 soldiers guarding the throne room. Human soldiers. But not military. Marcus frowned. Private contractors. Soa's eyes narrowed. War profiteers. Marcus drew the only weapon he had. A knife. Stay behind me. Before she could argue, he attacked. The first soldier died instantly. The second fired a shot that burned across Marcus's ribs. Marcus fired the fallen weapon. 2 down. But the last 2 were professionals. The throne room became a storm of gunfire. 30 seconds later, all 4 attackers were dead. Marcus dropped to one knee. Blood soaked his side. Then Soa appeared beside him. Her glowing hands pressed against his wound. Blue light flowed from her palms. Slowly, the wound began to close. I'm not losing you, she whispered. Not after just finding you. An hour later the palace guards arrived. Soa stood beside Marcus. Exhausted. But determined. This human saved my life, she told the guards. He will be treated as an honored guest. Marcus stared at her. She quietly squeezed his hand. Stay, she whispered. Marcus nodded. I'm not going anywhere. 3 weeks later, the peace talks began. Delegates from both the Veil Dominion and the Human Alliance gathered inside the Grand Diplomatic Chamber. Marcus watched from a balcony above. Officially, he was listed as a neutral observer. In reality, no one knew what he was anymore. Assassin. Soldier. Protector. Friend. Below, Soa stood at the center of the negotiation table. Marcus had seen her many times during the past weeks. Laughing in quiet gardens. Sharing stories during midnight meals. But this version of Soa was different. This was the Empress. Her voice was calm. Every word precise. Every sentence moved the discussion forward. Human diplomats argued. Alien ministers protested. Soa listened. Then she found solutions no one else could see. Slowly, the conversation changed. Hostility softened. Possibility appeared. Marcus leaned against the balcony railing. Now he understood why someone had tried to kill her. Soa wasn't dangerous because she ruled an empire. She was dangerous because she could build peace. And some people made fortunes from war. You are brooding again. Marcus turned. Soa stood in the doorway behind him. Her formal robes had been replaced with a simple silver gown. Thinking, Marcus corrected. Brooding sounds dramatic. Soa smiled. You humans are always dramatic. She stepped beside him and looked out over the city. The sunset painted the towers in gold and violet. The negotiations are working, she said quietly. Marcus nodded. You're winning them over. Soa shook her head. We are. Marcus laughed softly. I've done nothing. She looked at him seriously. You saved my life. Her cool fingers touched his jaw. And you reminded me that connection is still possible. Marcus swallowed. SOR. I'm a soldier from the other side of this war. Yes. My government will call me a traitor. Probably. Your court already thinks you've lost your mind. Undoubtedly. Marcus sighed. This is complicated. SOR stepped closer. I have spent 400 years making sensible decisions, she said quietly. And I have been empty for most of them. Her voice softened. You make me feel alive, Marcus. Marcus looked into her violet eyes. I came here to kill you, he said. Yes. And now I'm thinking about staying. SOR smiled gently. Among my people there is a word. Veilcath. What does it mean? She hesitated. It means recognizing someone whose soul fits with yours. Marcus raised an eyebrow. That sounds dangerously close to destiny. It is closer to choice, she said. A choice to walk the same path. She placed her hand over his heart. Stay with me. Marcus looked at the glowing city, at the alien world that had once been his enemy. Then he looked at her. I think, he said slowly, I stopped being an assassin the moment you asked me to dinner. Her laughed softly. Then the palace alarms suddenly blared. Both of them froze. Marcus's soldier instincts returned instantly. What now? He muttered. A guard rushed onto the balcony. Your Majesty. SOR turned. What is it? Human warships have entered orbit. Marcus's heart dropped. Impossible, he whispered. The guard continued. They claim the Dominion attempted to assassinate a human commander. Marcus felt the blood drain from his face. They think I'm dead. SOR's eyes hardened. This is another attempt to stop the peace talks. Marcus nodded slowly. Someone wants war. SOR looked at him. Then we stop them. Marcus smiled grimly. Together. She squeezed his hand. Together. For the first time in years, Marcus Webb felt something he thought he had lost forever. Hope. And somewhere above the planet, warships waited. But this time, humanity and the Veiled Dominion might face the future side by side.